Hello and welcome to our first ever Julie Show, a weekly roundup of all things St Julie's. Members of the 1804 Society will be guiding you through our programme today, which is aimed at keeping us all connected during these challenging times. But first, let's start with a quiz.
Hi there and welcome to the Julie Show quiz. 7 days, 7 questions. No prizes, it's just for fun. Keep your own score and check out with your mates how they did. And watch out, there's a deliberate spelling mistake in there somewhere. Here we go. Number 1. Which US government building was trashed by protesters last week? Number 2. Which British university was part of developing a recently approved COVID vaccine? Number 3. Who is the BBC's sound of 2021? Number 4. Which supermarket was the first to ban shoppers without masks? Number 5. Which European country reported temperatures of minus 25 degrees this week? Number 6. Stockport County's match with West Ham was interrupted because of... Number 7. Which TV station is hosting 2 hours a day of lessons for secondary schools? So, how did you do? Oh, and by the way, the spelling mistake was in question 5. You spell temperatures like this. Bye!
Yes, it's been quite a week, so let's see what's been in the news recently.
Hello and welcome to our roundup of some recent news. According to Professor Chris Whitty, the government's chief medical officer, we are in the worst few weeks of the COVID crisis. Over 80,000 people have died, and the importance of wearing face coverings, washing our hands, observing social distance, and other lockdown measures cannot be overstated. Unison, Britain's biggest trade union, has just appointed its first female leader. Christina McAnee won the members' vote and is now General Secretary. She represents 1.3 million people in the public sector. In America, in a rapidly developing story, outgoing President Donald Trump has been banned from Twitter and Facebook for inciting people to violent protest. And senators are starting proceedings for his impeachment to prevent him from standing for office again. By the time this programme is aired, things may have changed, so do keep an eye on the news for further developments. And finally, a refugee from Burundi is having a major impact in the fight against COVID in Kenya. Aware of the importance of hygiene, Innocent has started a soap producing business and employs 42 people in his company, GLAP, which stands for God Loves All People. And far from trying to exploit people by raising prices, Innocent has lowered them and is teaching people in the Kakuma refugee camp how to make their own soap when they can't afford it. Let's be inspired by innocent's willingness to reach out to others. That's it for now.
Thanks, sir. Well, here we are in lockdown 3, and it's been hard for the 1804 Society to get among you and support you. So we thought we'd introduce the members over the next few weeks, and we're starting with, well, you can see for yourself.
Hi, I'm Liv. My role in the 1804 Society is head girl. Being head girl at St Julie's means setting up meetings for the 1804 Society, being present at school events and beyond, and being that communication between students and teachers to create a positive effect at our school. I'm currently studying dance, drama and English literature and language. After St Julie's, I am going to Hope University to study dance and drama and then hopefully become a performing arts teacher in a secondary school. I applied to be a part of the 1804 Society as I wanted to give something back to St Julie's, as they've offered me endless amounts of opportunities which I'm forever grateful for. My favourite place in St Julie's is probably the sports hall, as I've got lots of great memories in there, all singing Lighthouse on the last day of school. It just brings everyone together. If I was to give my 11-year-old self some advice, it would be to always be happy and always be yourself, and don't take anything for granted, as we've all learned from this year. One thing I've missed during lockdown is being able to spend time with my friends and family. The thing that keeps me going when times are hard is that I think you've always got to stay positive and just believe that better things are coming. And finally, my favourite quote by St Julie is, "Do not be afraid of the obstacles we meet on the way." Bye for now, stay safe everyone.
You'll see more of us in the weeks ahead, but what about the staff?
Meet the staff, meet the staff, very human, meet the staff.
Thanks for joining us today. What is your job title here at St Julie's?
Deputy Head Teacher, Key Stage 4, Key Stage 5.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Professional footballer, Liverpool Football Club, centre forward.
Who or what inspired you to do this job?
That would be one of my own teachers when I was in school, Mr. Lever, who, surprise, surprise, was my RE teacher.
Can you tell us where you went to train, how long it took and what it involved?
So in total it took 4 years. So the first 3 years I was in a little town called Durham up in the northeast of England, very near to Newcastle, and I was doing my undergraduate degree in philosophy and theology while I figured out what I actually wanted to do with the rest of my life. And then after that I came back to Liverpool and I did a 1-year teacher training course, which was split between time in college or learning about how to be a teacher and then time in school actually being a teacher.
Have you had any other jobs and what were they like?
I worked in a shop selling CDs, things called compact discs for those of you who are too young to remember, CDs and videos and DVDs and things like that. I just did that for about 6 months, but I don't think I was very good at it.
What are your passions when you're not in work?
Lots of things that we're not allowed to do at the moment, like catching up with friends and family, going to the football, playing a bit of golf from time to time, holidays. But the thing I have managed to keep doing is my running. So I do try and get out for a run at least once or twice a week.
What is your favourite band or performer?
It would have to be the Beatles.
What's your favourite film and why?
Oh, well, my favourite film, I'm just going to have to say Die Hard because it's perfect.
What's your favourite hymn and why?
My favourite hymn, I think, would be Here I Am, Lord. I think it's just got a real sort of two different aspects to it. So the aspect of God being with us during the difficult times, which is very pertinent at the moment, but also that little bit about him calling each of us to do some particular service for him.
And finally, what is the best thing about your job at St Julie's?
Just that every day is different, and I'm just extremely lucky to be working with a team of staff and a collection of pupils who really are fantastic.
Well, that's it for now. Thanks to today's guest.
Meet the staff, meet the staff. Very human, meet the staff.
Thanks, Mr. Willis. And now we're going out on location to Miss McCourt, who's in the Peace Garden.
Hello. One of the most important parts of our school is the Peace Garden, which was opened in September 2018. Some of you may remember that sunny day when Sister Teresita came to visit. Unfortunately, it's not sunny today. Anyway, over the next few weeks, we're going to take a tour through the Peace Garden, starting with the first olive tree dedicated to growing peace through embracing diversity. It features the activist Marsha P. Johnson.
Marsha is an African-American trans woman who transitioned from male to female and a revolutionary LGBT+ rights activist. Despite facing much discrimination in her life, Marsha is somewhat of a mother to the liberation of the LGBT+ community in America.
She founded an organisation that aided homeless transgender people and was an instigator of the Stonewall uprisings, a fundamental part of LGBT+ history. Her death in 1992 was shrouded in mystery, but there is no doubt she was a significant figure in the struggle for acceptance of diversity. That's Marsha P. Johnson.
Well, that was good to learn, and hopefully we'll gather in the Peace Garden when all of this is over. Now let's hear from Sophie, who has some recommendations for us.
Hello and good morning, I'm Sophie from the 1804 and Mr. Anson has asked me to do some recommendations of movies and series. So firstly, my personal favourites for free comedies are Miranda, which you can find on BBC iPlayer, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which you can find on Netflix, and Modern Family, which you can find on Netflix and Sky Box Sets, I think. These are all 12, so are age appropriate for most people in the school. Secondly, we've got What's Trending on Netflix right now and is age appropriate for most people in the school. Firstly, we have The Office US, which is new to Netflix, Instant Family, Pride and Prejudice, Story of Diana if you want some more of a real life insight to one of our favourite princesses, and finally we have the classic Friends. And lastly, I have my personal film recommendation of the week, which is Hidden Figures, and you can find this on Amazon Prime. This is an amazing film about the true story of 3 incredible women who helped the Americans fly to the moon in 1969, defying all the stereotypes of the time. I hope these recommendations can keep you entertained through the week.
I hope that some of that will help you to relax, because I know you'll all have been working hard, whether in school or getting used to learning again at home. But I imagine it's not all been plain sailing. Let's have some words from Steph in Year 9.
We all know that bullying, in its many forms, can happen in person and online. And if you're on the receiving end, it can be dreadful and isolating. That's made even worse by the current lockdown restrictions, and made even harder to keep in touch with those who can help. However, there is help available. Bully Busters is a Liverpool-based organisation who don't want anyone to suffer in silence. So, if you need to talk or you're worried about someone, whether you're a young person, family member or friend, you could go to bullybusters.org.uk. There is a free phone number to call. It won't appear on any bills and all phone calls are strictly confidential. Don't suffer in silence. And if you or anyone you know is feeling really low, for whatever reason, there are lots of other organisations who want to help. There are links and emergency phone numbers on the Keep and Safe section of the Chaplaincy website, including the Alder Hey CALMS crisis care line, which is available 24/7.
I can only echo those thoughts. So please, 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 don't suffer in silence. Reach out and remember, do your best and don't leave anyone behind. So, let's gather our thoughts in prayer for a moment.
Saint Julie, our smiling saint, we ask you to be with us each day. Give us courageous hearts as we face difficult times. Help us stand tall as sunflowers as examples to others. And give us liberty of spirit as we strive to serve the good God you served so well. Saint Julie, pray for us, protect us and bless us.
And now we're going to play out with a really beautiful song written and performed by Grace in Year 10. It's called Crystal and you can get it on Spotify and YouTube. Have a great weekend and hope to see you again for the Julie Show next week.
No other way for you, for me, for anybody else who sits upon the tree of life, of love, of freedom. Of life for you, for me, for anybody else who sleeps upon the cloud of love, of hope, of dreams of my